Yeah, no, yeah, that used to be my thing. Well, cool. What's your guys' least favorite thing about Shivers? Good, awesome.
Nothing.
I
Perfect.
don't like.
Well, so this was something that I was drinking prior to COVID,
Right.
and so it's.
Did you never catch COVID? Is that your claim?
I don't think I ever did.
Shroom
Shroom coffee saved me from COVID.
And I'll admit though, I also didn't get the vaccine for a while because I was like,
Yeah.
I'm a man, right? I last time I got a vaccine was false.
Hopefully all the ones when you
I
were a
did
kid.
get when I was a kid, yeah, like those ones.
You probably
but
need your tetanus.
This I
shot,
was
yeah.
like, I don't even see anybody. I don't even work with you guys. I was living life in 2020. We didn't have a front patio.
Yeah, thank God, that was awesome.
But I eventually got it because Megan was like, I'm a nurse, you have to get it. Like I can't give people vaccines and you not have a vaccine. But
Yeah,
anyways,
that's so true. Good
but
for
it's
me.
turkey tail, reishi, and shiitake mushrooms plus fortified with vitamin C.
Are
I
those
used to make that. I used to
vegetarian?
put that in my coffee. I did feel great. It's awesome. There's tons of like mushrooms are like superfoods.
Mushrooms are good.
We were gonna serve it here, and then COVID came around. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is the perfect timing, and it was just something that just
No, that would be
never.
so terrible.
We just never did. You can't taste it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you put that out during COVID, though, that would be suspicious. I would think. People are like, "Oh my God, shivers."
It's the
You know?
vaccine.
It's just. I think it's better.
Oh,
Timing
you mean
afterwards.
think people would be like,
Yeah.
like.
No matter how many disclaimers you put, I think the timing would still be wrong.
Yeah,
back
well,
then. But I think now
So,
it's fine.
but this is the sign that we made. We're gonna call it the immune shroom, like immune shroom latte. So you just put that in. You can't
A
taste it,
latte.
but it
Does
did
make you
work
trip?
wonders. What? No, not those mushrooms. How's your guys' day been?
I made my cake, and then Grace Gross pointed out that I used the wrong icing color, so I fixed it.
Oh no, that's terrible.
No, it was fine.
How's
The
your day
lady
so
was
far,
pretty okay
Steven?
about it.
I woke up to my nieces screaming.
Oh yeah.
Played with them.
Do you live with your nieces?
No, they spent the night last
Oh,
night.
okay, right on. Cool. How old are they?
One just turned 4, and then the other one's like a year something, I think.
Oh,
And I have 2 more as well. I have 4
Oh.
nieces, all girls.
Family man over here.
Yeah.
Family man. Can you hear him pretty good? Okay, we are live, FYI.
Oh,
Um,
I didn't know we
didn't know that
started.
part.
No, this is great. Awesome. So you got your guys' day started. Sweet. Got the
Mhm.
cakes. You've been making all the cakes. Listen, I've been having a life
Yeah.
lately. I don't have to make a single cake. Cakes are hard.
I know.
They're not hard.
They're
Cakes are
easier
just
with
like
the blast freezer.
they are easier with the blast freezer. It used
So-
to take so long to make them.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. And so here we are at the podcast. You guys excited about this?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
This is podcast. This is,
Everyone's been asking about it.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is podcast number 2. The other one's
Yeah.
actually going to hopefully drop today. David's done with it. I
Ooh.
just got to put it up on YouTube, and then and
man
you know,
himself.
so
Mhm.
so you guys are the second podcast ever.
That's pretty
Ooh.
Of
exciting.
thousands.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about this idea? I mean, you don't even know, you haven't even been on
No.
it. You don't even know what's going on, but
Not at
this
all.
is for us to get to know each other, like the team.
Okay.
We get to talk about a lot of things that have to do with Shivers and maybe learn something from each other. And, we mentioned in the last podcast that I've had 15-year-olds come in and say something that completely changes. I've been doing it one way for 15 years, and they're like, why don't we do it this way? And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Wow, you're a genius.
And so being able to learn from each other in more relaxed setting, instead of me sitting on a video like, hey guys, welcome to the video. Make sure you scoop like this, And so this
Put on
is
your video voice.
my video voice. Yep. And so this is a little bit different, we'll be able to, like, as you saw you looking at this,
Yeah.
we're gonna do a podcast. We're gonna go over like reviews and stuff like that. It might be something we start
Ooh.
throwing in regularly into podcasts,
Special segments.
Yeah.
special segments.
I was looking
Um,
through the old flavors the other day because you mentioned that, and
Yeah.
they're just like so funny. Like you go back and it's like flavor of the day, peach frozen
I
custard
love
with
just
peaches.
scrolling through it sometimes.
Yeah. So what she's talking about is, were you there the other day when we had this conversation? So many years ago when I took over, we changed the menu, like the employees, me and the employees, we changed everything. The owner was like, hey, do it whatever you want, Brian. And I said, okay. And then we just completely changed everything. Well, our flavor of the days used to be literally like peach.
So simple.
That
That
was
was
it.
it.
I
That was
think
it.
I think one was like chocolate chip, vanilla custard with chocolate chips.
Oh yeah, it was chocolate chip. Yeah, that's literally just vanilla with chocolate chips in it, and that was intense. And I think it was either Dreamsicle Swirl or Superman were one of the first ones that I was like, what if we put 2 flavors together?
Dreamsicle swirl was the first one because I remember that was a trivia question.
Oh yeah, so it was Dreamsicle
what was
swirl.
the first swirl flavor?
So that we just put, Dreamsicle, which we used to have Dreamsicle as a flavor. It was Dreamsicle. And so we combined those 2, and then we were like, well, why can't we do this with like toppings? And then we started putting multiple toppings and things. So it used to be just like pecans. We did butter pecan, we did mint chip. But those are the classics. But that's about as complicated as it used to get. So now we have all this, which is, we were talking about why I don't have a booklet of everything, like all the different flavors.
I do have a Google Doc though.
Oh, you started a Google Doc.
I did. It's old though. So
well, they're all my recipes. And
yeah,
they're
not.
Like,
I'm not claiming the
I said
recipes.
no one's
no
one's gonna take all my recipes. But then I bought the place, so now they're still my recipes.
But someone wrote them all down. And he got rid of the document.
You know what?
Job security. But yeah. So yeah, we got some fun stuff planned, but as of right now, it's kind of developing. Because you know me, I'm super organized. So the idea is fully thought out. David's shaking his head. But anyway, so I want to get to know you guys a little bit more. And so we'll kind of talk about, okay, maybe you guys don't want us to get to know you.
This is fun.
So Madeline, we'll go ahead and start with you. Tell us a little about you. Not really your shivers. We'll kind of go over shivers because I want to hear about your shivers experience, your journey across the
long.
Custard Mose, the Cosmos. No, that don't work.
The Custard Cosmos?
Custard Cosmos. So what's up, Madeline? Tell us a little about yourself.
I'm 22 years old. I'm turning 23 next Saturday. That's pretty exciting. My Jordan year.
Oh, wow.
I graduated from SLU last year.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. I have a degree in biology and political science, and I'm going back to SLU law in the fall. I want to be a labor lawyer and work with unions.
Oh, nice. That's what it was. I was trying to think of that. Literally last night, I was talking to my cousin. We were talking about something about lawyers. I was like, I got an employee. I think she was going into like environmental law. No, maybe it's copyright law.
No, I used to want to go into patent law.
Oh, maybe I've heard that.
But then I realized that doesn't really align with my political beliefs.
Yeah.
So I switched.
Well, that's awesome. No, that's pretty cool. So she's gonna be fighting for you guys. I don't know if which camera you're looking at. There's a lot of cameras in here, but
if it ever gets terrible and you need a union, hit me up.
My goal is to make sure that they're well taken care of always.
Oh yeah, I mean I've truly had some terrible jobs, so this is not
me
one
too.
Of them,
so I've seen it. I've seen it. But that's all. Okay, so sweet. So graduated SLU.
Yes.
Going back to SLU law.
Yes.
Cool.
I took a break because
I
need some time.
You need some time. It's a lot of schooling compacted.
It's a lot of schooling compacted. And then I was working at Union Station. And I was organizing a union there, which did not work out because it's the worst place ever.
Oh yeah,
you didn't hear that from
organizing
me.
a union at Union Station.
Yeah,
unless it's in the name. You thought it'd be easy.
It was literally impossible. So.
Yeah. Well, I just found out the other day that you can organize. I don't know if this has nothing to do with labor law, but you can organize if you live like an apartment complex. The residents legally are allowed to organize,
as they should be.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Terrible. I have a terrible landlord at my.
Oh no.
I don't know. They're not like terrible, but they're never great.
Yeah.
So.
No. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, what do you like to do on your free time?
I hang out with my dog.
Sweet. What's the dog's name?
Her name's Blair. She is 11 months. She turns a year old on July 11th. And she's a purebred pit bull. Yeah. But I didn't mean to get her purebred. I just got her from rescue.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and she's a little bundle of energy, and she's all over the place.
Yeah.
But I hang out with her a lot. I take her on walks. I also like to swim and lay out by the pool.
Sweet. Read a book.
I do like to read a book. Yesterday, Steven said I look like someone who reads books. And I'm currently.
And I am.
I am. I do like to read my books by the pool.
What book you on now?
I'm reading The Feminine Mystique.
Feminine Mystique.
Yeah, by Betty Friedan.
Betty Friedan. Yeah. Sounds like right up your alley, Steven.
Well, you should read it. It's about how women love to be housewives and how they shouldn't be.
How they shouldn't be or should be?
Well, because back in like the third.
Wait, did you say shouldn't be or should be?
What they shouldn't.
Should not.
They should want to go back out into the workforce.
Oh, okay. I thought you said they should be. I was like,
no,
very feminist of you.
No, it's like about like back in the 30s and like whenever women and so the 20s when women were fighting for suffrage, like they all wanted to go out, they all wanted to be workers, but then like after World War II, they all went back and became housewives. Then like women would go to college, but they didn't want to get their degrees. They just wanted to find a husband.
Yeah.
Because you get your Mrs. degree.
your Mrs. degree.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Now, there's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with being a
with
housewife
that.
if you want to be a
Nothing-
housewife. But,
I believe that. But yeah, no. Well, some
so
of the
that's what I'm reading.
some of the no offense, Steven and David. Some of the best shift leaders I've worked at Shivers are women. They're just.
It used to say we're women led on Google reviews.
We used because we used
Yeah,
to be
'cause it was
let
Caitlin.
Caitlin take care of everything. So yeah, it used to say women led. And it was because it was like me, and I don't know if David. There's at one point where it was just me and it was all women running the place.
Yeah. Well, no, it was
Yeah.
like Caitlin, Emily Jones, Maddie.
Yeah. No, but
Right.
but anyway, so no, I 100% believe that like women are they just absolutely slay it in the workplace. But you know, some
so true.
but some you know what, and some men just want to be a stay-at-home
Yeah.
dad.
As they
There's
should
nothing
be.
you listen, follow your heart's dream.
Yeah, do
That's what
whatever
I
you
say.
want,
That's
but
awesome, but
Don't become a housewife just because of societal
just
pressures.
gotcha. Check. I knew we'd have some sort of conversation like that with Madeline on here.
Just because
But there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, be the best you. I think we talked on that last podcast, which everyone watching this will understand, but you guys don't know because you haven't been able to see it yet.
But it'll
But
be
be you. Be the best you. Cool, awesome. Well, it's so nice to get to meet you.
Woo.
You can leave now.
Okay.
No.
Goodbye.
Steven, what's up?
What's up, Brian?
How are you doing today?
Oh, great.
Doing great.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about you, Steven. What's up? I feel like you're like a. I feel like I don't know a whole lot about you, Steven, except you want to carry people on your shoulders one day and out of burning buildings.
20 years old.
20 years old, cool.
20 years
Big
old.
2-0.
Oh yeah.
No longer a teenager.
No, adulting.
Adulting, yeah.
I go to Lewis and Clark for fire science.
Sweet.
Yeah, I have a few more classes of that to take. Then I do EMT school,
Oh, that's fun.
which is a semester,
Yeah.
and then paramedic school, which I'm not looking forward to, but because I think it's like 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe a
That's a
year.
little more intense.
But I
Yeah.
want to try to do that like if I join a department and then have them try to pay for it. 'Cause you
Yeah.
can do that.
No, that'd be
So I think I'll
awesome.
do that or try to.
Do you so you go through EMT school, do you have to do like any sort of I don't know what they call it in that it's not an internship, but you know what I mean, like
I gotta
right
like
along.
work on an ambulance.
Yeah,
and
so you have to
do a bunch of hours
okay.
and stuff
Yeah,
like
so you got to
that.
get that experience in and cool, and then paramedic too. You still
Well, you
but you can work with the fire department with that, can't you? And be
yeah,
on their
because you have to at least be an EMT nowadays. But like,
Yeah.
you're basically guaranteed a job if you're a paramedic. So might as
know.
well do it.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, cool. Yeah, that's super cool. So you're currently at LC right now, which is a fantastic school. I went there. I dropped out. I went there. No, I didn't drop out. I did this. I don't know. Is that considered I guess it's considered dropping out doing this, huh?
If you didn't graduate, that's dropping out.
I didn't graduate. No, I changed my major many times, all
so
computer
did
stuff,
I.
and then I
It's like my 5th major change.
yeah. Well, that's
But
okay. You know,
you gotta
listen.
look
You
around.
don't have to have your life figured out when you're.
Yeah.
I was 17 when I graduated high school, right? Just because I'm young. For
Me
my age.
too.
And so yeah,
July birthdays.
July birthdays, cancer. But you don't have to. You know, I was 17. Like I don't want my life figured out at 17. I had directions. I actually knew I wanted to do like my own thing. But never really believed it. You know, never
Mhm.
believed I could do it. What am I going to do? And eventually just put my head down and worked hard. So, you're younger than me when you figured it out. So that's pretty cool. And some people do, and some people really thrive. You know, so but don't societal norms, right?
So
you know,
true.
you don't always have to follow them. Do you be the best you?
So true.
Believe in yourself. So that's cool. So what do you do for fun?
I have to babysit my nieces a lot.
That's what you do for fun?
Sometimes when they're not being annoying.
Being annoying.
But I
Yeah.
like spending time with them.
Yeah, no, that's all. Yeah, well, me and David understand. We have a lot of nephews and nieces, and they're all crazy. So, what else do you do for anything else than that? You just is that your life? Just babysitting?
Go to the gym a lot.
Go to the gym? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Do you
really don't do that much.
Do you have a plug for any protein or anything like that?
I'm
my
not
God.
promoting Gus's pre-workout.
Athleticgreens.com/GushCodeRose.
I don't approve of his.
You don't.
Bad.
Oh gosh. Oh man, this is
I've
gonna.
never
We have
tried
to
it,
have both of you
actually.
on at the same time and just get this hashed
Should
out.
actually use code. No, I don't. If only.
Well,
SH 2023.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. So yeah, it's nice to meet you guys.
Oh, you too.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Brian. So how long have you both been at Shivers?
My first day at Shivers was March 20th, 2017.
Wow, you know the exact date?
Yeah,
It's the most important date of her life.
It wasn't. I'm just pretty good with dates.
I don't remember mine.
I'm good with birthdays.
She's gonna be a lawyer. She's gonna remember a lot of
It's
things.
a pretty simple date to remember.
You know what year?
Well, this summer will be my 4th year.
Yeah.
So 2019.
So you'd have to do. You really don't.
It was after my sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was able to drive.
Yeah. Do you remember when we used to not have to wear hats? Steven's hair was always like
No way. When did you not have to wear hats?
Well, we didn't have hats.
Oh,
I guess maybe that's what it was.
surely. I was like,
but your hair was always. I don't know why this just reminds me of, but it's like
all
it was
over
like a
the place.
cartoon where it's just always like.
My hair is kind of crazy.
Yeah. So you guys, okay, so been here 4 years, and then that would be 6 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, but you've
On and
also
off,
kind of
on
like
and
been
off, all
doing,
over the
you've been
place,
doing your
yeah.
own thing, and if you're watching this and you're younger and whatnot, you don't just know that you always got a home at Shivers. So
always
You can always come back.
you can always come back, and you never know. Like I said, you never know where life's going to bring you. We already kind of talked about that.
It's true.
And so you got Shivers. Once you're part of Shivers family, you're part of Shivers family. We do disown people sometimes,
Yeah.
but
It has to be done.
it has to be done. But you'd have to, you'd have to be really rude to your family. Yeah, you guys are always welcome to come back here. Yeah, so you've been back and forth. And,
Thanks. Yeah, all over the place.
So 6 years. So you've kind
Long
of
time.
2017. That's right when we started like really taking off too. Was it pretty crazy when you first started?
Yeah. Well, I remember we got coffee like me and everyone who I got hired with got coffee training after like 2 months because there were only 3 baristas and it was like Keegan, Tessa, and Emily.
Oh yeah.
And so everyone got coffee training. And we still had band nights too. That's always what I remember.
Yep.
Because the weekends were always so busy. But like they're busy now, but like it was like a very crowded busy because there were so many people.
When we had band nights, it was a different kind of busy.
Because there were so many people up front.
Yeah.
There's just people all over the place. And then we used to have like the helicopters land.
The helicopters
Yeah, I
land.
remember
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That'd be a cool job one day.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah, they would land in the field next door.
I did some training one night up at the firehouse. We
Yeah,
watched the helicopter
landing the helicopter. Yeah, because the fire department's got to come out and clear the area.
We like set up the radius and everything.
Yeah, it felt so busy, but I feel like we still get busy now. I don't know. It was also so long ago, and my perspective has changed so much. Because now at this point, I've been a shift leader longer than I've been just like a regular employee.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. So now everything kind of looks.
I like look at things differently. Like back then, I feel like I had so much fun all the time. I was
sorry,
like,
the door just randomly opened on its own.
Shivers
See, this place is haunted. There's always somebody in this.
Is that going to mess with your sound at all, or he's going to take?
We're
care
taking
of
a pause.
No, we're fine. He's Well, speaking of coffee, when we first started coffee, I don't know if you started after
it started in
this.
2016.
Yeah, I mean, really, we started in 2015. It's just we don't count that because it was a Keurig. We made different drinks. Now we had Eskimo Joe's, so what we used to have
even the coffee back then in 2016 was so small. Like everything fit on that coffee table.
There was that one little.
There
was so much room. There was literally it took up the space of basically 2 of the grinders side by side. That was how much space it took up.
No, literally.
That's
there was it was like 2 espresso machines.
Well,
and
was there 2 there? Because there used to be just 1 there.
I feel like it was 2. But there was like the 2 coffee things, and first of all, you didn't have like the portafilters. You just press a button.
Super automatic. You press a button and grind. It was Starbucks, so basically like a Starbucks.
And then the drip coffee was just like a literal coffee pot that you like have in your house.
Yeah. And that was the best drip coffee ever. I still have those. Those make such good drip coffee.
But I think it did like sneak over into where the drip coffee is now because that's where the flavoring was.
Yeah, well then
that's all the flavoring was. We had like 5 flavors.
Yeah, it's come a long way. Well, we were the first drive-through coffee place in the area.
Yeah.
The second coffee shop ever in the area. Like actual coffee shop.
Mavis was the first, wasn't it?
Mavis, yeah. And there's little things that did pop up every once in a while, but it wasn't like a full menu, which is why I don't really count 2015 because ours was. Now we had Eskimo Joe's, and we would literally.
The old way too.
We would steep it, where we'd have
so,
funnels with coffee, or no, we would steep the coffee in the actual water, and we would strain it out, and it made like real strong coffee, and made Eskimo Joe's with it, which they were good.
Yeah,
they were very good. Very comparable to what we have now.
Yeah, so. I think the best thing you ever did was getting those blenders. Like making the Esmojosa the old way.
Oh
was
yeah,
so
that's what the old way. Yeah, we'd make the
annoying.
I like
mixers.
making
Yeah,
them the old
we'd
way.
use slushy and
Yeah, some people like, but like
they're
having to do
good,
that,
but they're real sugary and there's like high
Yeah.
fructose corn syrup and
Yeah.
that slush stuff. So I
having
didn't
to
really
do
like
them
that.
like every like what if someone came through and ordered like 7?
Oh, that'd be...
You know,
Because you couldn't make 2 at a time, 3 at a time, 4 at a time. Yeah,
Yeah.
now
There's
you
some
can
whole
get the big
cups.
blender. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is much better. We did that
Yeah.
also so we could change. We used to make it out of the hand scoop custard with
Yeah,
slushy.
and then you would run out of vanilla light because so many people ordered Esmojosa throughout the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, and then now it's all liquid based, but
Yeah,
also
so much
allows
easier.
us to do like coconut milk, almond milk, stuff like that, so
Yeah.
that they can get it, dairy free now too. So which is why we kind of moved
Wonderful
away.
move.
Yeah, but anyway, so you kind of seen, stuff move, and so we've come a long way, and
Oh yeah,
and,
everything looks so different now.
it looks so different. It's more cramped.
What?
I think.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I just remember like my first summer, the AC broke, and so we had that giant AC unit where the
Oh,
trash
gosh.
can is, like back by Smook
Yeah.
Off. Like
Yeah.
you know where the trash
That
can
was
is
a
between the two
nightmare.
tables. It was a just giant AC unit. Like it like went up to my shoulders, and because the AC broke, and so we were just like had that sitting in there, and then like people would like. I don't know that we had so many shifts where you got paid time and a half because the AC was broken.
Oh yeah. Well, we closed that. The AC broke and it got up to 115 degrees
Yeah.
inside. So I sent everyone home. I sat outside, and as customers came in, I was just
Oh,
giving them
no.
gift cards, right? And that's kind of what sets Shivers apart. I think is who in their right mind, has this terrible thing happen to them, and then to make up for it, they start giving people money,
Yeah.
and that's what we did.
Mhm.
We're like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they're coming through, and like even though people were like, oh, don't give me this gift card, like you guys
Take
are the
the
ones.
gift card.
Yeah, and I was like, no,
Mhm.
seriously, like you guys came out for a good time, and whether it's our fault or not, which is kind of how we operate Shivers,
Yeah.
doesn't matter whose fault it is, you're going to get the dessert you want, right?
Yeah.
We're not going to have a
Mhm.
conversation about it.
Yeah.
You said you wanted this, we're going to remake it. Gotcha. And that's kind of how Shivers operates. It's like you were going to leave happy. So people came, we were closed. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, how are you going to leave happy? It's like, well, hey, when we get this AC fixed, here's a gift card. Next visit's on us.
Yeah.
And that was actually one of the defining factors in which really set us on a course of like getting real busy, because that word spread all around town.
Yeah.
I didn't do it for that reason. I did it because like, hey, your night's been ruined.
Yeah.
You counted on us and we failed you. Even though it wasn't our fault,
Yeah.
you got failed.
Nonetheless,
So, but yeah, it was 115 degrees
Yeah.
in there, and
it was terrible.
so
I
we had to bring in
remember-
that portable AC, which cost a lot. Actually, the whole thing almost ran Shivers out of business. I
What?
kid you not.
I remember there was this. Do you remember Elizabeth? I don't know. She was the girl who worked there the first summer, and she would be on headset, and she would just sit on the AC all night, like lean against it and take orders all night and do
Yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah, right. And it was still kind of hot in there
Yeah.
still.
Oh yeah. Well, I remember we had that big thing that was shooting out all the air from
Yes.
his front window, so I guess the middle window. And I was on register 2, and that was the only register that you could take orders and hand stuff out.
Brian, you look
Oh, gosh.
you look so different.
Oh my god, yeah, that
You
is
look
the
so
old coffee
young.
setup.
That's the old coffee setup.
Oh my gosh. There's so much space on the wall. That's kind of nice.
It looks so
Yeah,
clean.
it looks
too.
very clean. So this was the super automatic, and that's you just press a button. You still have to steam the
Yeah.
milk, but you could literally
Cleaning it was really annoying.
after
though.
two drinks in a row, it ran out of steam, and you had to
Yeah.
wait like 2 minutes. So we've definitely come a long way.
Yeah, oh my god, wait, I remember those little
The little bean
pots
cans,
too.
yeah.
Oh, we had an
That
actual
was a little
coffee
grind. I still have that
pot.
little
Yeah.
grinder. I need to fix it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it made good coffee. Like that thing made good espresso.
Yeah.
With the barista
It
that
was
came in
fine.
and trained me, which is actually one of our older employees. Remember Emily Thompson? I don't know if you
I never
with her.
worked with her, but like I do know who
Well,
she
her
is.
boyfriend was like the head barista at Mavis, and he was actually
lovely.
leaving there to go work. They were like completely moving away out of
Yeah.
town, and he was going to go be a manager of this other coffee shop.
Mhm.
Anyway, so on his way out of town, he literally stopped in for an hour and was showing me how to make drinks and whatnot.
Okay.
And when he pulled the shot in there, he was like, "There's no way that this shot's good. Like these things don't pull
And
good
it was
shots." And he
okay.
was like, "This is amazing."
Yeah.
And so somehow we've kept still the
No,
same
they always
flavor.
looked fine.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
No, they were
I've like
amazing.
pulled
Yeah.
shots on like the Starbucks automatic espresso things, and those things are so suspicious.
Yeah, yeah, no, these definitely pulled better shots than Starbucks for sure. But yeah, no, that was that. Yeah,
Yeah, God, that's so
Crazy,
funny.
right?
Oh my god, so the little tiny coffee filters.
the little coffee filters, the brown.
Those-
square
Yeah,
ones,
the brown
yeah.
little triangles. So funny.
Yeah, man, that's before we even had branded merch. Look at me wearing Under Armour. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah,
And all
so
the flavoring was underneath.
there was
How
wild.
things change.
Things change a lot, and things are always changing, and sometimes not for the better, sometimes for the better. But we're figuring it out. So I don't want to, I don't want to get stuck where we talked about this also in the last podcast of, we set a bar that people want to reach,
Mhm.
and then people are able to reach it. So why don't we just keep on?
Moving
If someone's
it
going
up.
to innovate, it's going to be us. We're gonna be the ones to outdo ourselves. So anyway, but yeah, Steven, you so you got hired. You said when?
2019.
2019. Yeah, so 2019 was I think it was there was big takeoffs all the way. I mean, we've been getting busier and busier every single year. 2019 was kind of like 2020 was a little bit busier because there was nothing else to do. But 2019 was the busy year. So how was it you coming in? Was it?
I think it was really busy because I remember like one of my first nights I didn't get out till like 12 something. Like later until like wow.
How'd you think about that?
Like oh, this is gonna be a fun job.
I've had people cry on their first closing nights, like
No
their
way.
first for sure.
I don't know.
And I'm like, "Are you okay?" And they're like, they're just like, "I'm fine." And I just
I
like
barely
send them home
remember
and
her
finish
first
it. Yeah,
time closing.
but those same employees though
Yeah.
now are like some of them, a lot of them are gone now,
Yeah.
but
I don't think
amazing,
like
and they love
anybody.
closing.
I think everybody left that like when I got besides like you, Gus.
Well, it comes in waves for sure.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hired a lot. I think in 2019 we hired a whole lot. Now, did we do the big group interviews in the?
I got hired at
Classic.
Riverbender.
Yeah,
Me too.
yeah. So you guys, 2019, I think was the last year we did that because 2020
They're so
we didn't get everyone
fun.
together. Yeah,
I think you should bring those back.
I was so
Yeah.
nervous for that.
What? I was
Oh,
nervous.
it's intimidating.
but-
It was,
It had
but
to have been.
Olivia helped me out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, like I walked in and Abby Fan Stock was there. I was like, oh, this will be fine.
yeah. Oh, that's funny. Well, that's cool. So, now did you? I can't remember who it was. I had someone on their first day. It was actually this might have been this first year I bought Shivers.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually the year we initially started taking off because I was running the place and we actually. So if you don't know the history on Shivers actually foreclosed on way back in the day.
Oh wow.
Another guy bought it to open it up into a Little Caesars.
Doyle.
But they told him no.
No.
And so he ended up. And the whole reason I'm in the position I'm in right now is I used to help him as an employee. He'd come through the drive-through, and he just asked my name one day because I was always going above and beyond for him. And so when he bought the place, Little Caesars told him, no, you got to tear all this off. And he said, that's too expensive, like all the canopy, the lights and everything.
Yeah.
So he said, it's too expensive. I'll just reopen it.
Yeah.
And so he went in there and saw the phone list on the wall and saw my name.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Bring
called
back
me.
the phone list. That was so
he did.
nice.
Yeah. But he called me and he said, hey, you want to? I helped him open it. Then he's like, you want to run this? And that's kind of how it happened. So it foreclosed on because we were literally, there were
Fritz's?
nights. Well, it was
Or was it
Fritz's, then
Shivers?
Shivers.
Okay.
Shivers foreclosed. He bought it, reopened it. But we had, I mean, like I worked night shifts alone. So that's the kind of business we
Oh
had.
my god.
But so 2015, when I bought it, was the first year it really started taking
Yeah.
off. And make this very short story very long.
Mhm.
I can't remember who it was. You guys they worked here forever, but it was their first day and she walks in. Like we
Wait,
didn't even do
who?
orientation then. I can't remember now off the top of my head, but we didn't even do orientation. Like your first
Yeah.
day was your first day, right?
Yeah.
So she walks in and we're slammed. It's like a day shift. We're
Yeah,
wrapped around the street.
classic.
The first time we ever wrapped around the street in the history of Shivers, really. And I'm in there with one other employee that knows what they're doing. And then David's in there before he actually worked there, I think. My mom is in there and my dad is in there. My mom's like running dishes and stuff like that. My
Queen.
dad's like just cleaning up stuff. They don't know how to do a single thing in there, right? So it's just me and this other employee. And this new employee walks in. First day, my mom has no idea. My mom looks back and was like, well, what are you doing? Clock in. Let's go. And she's just like
Oh my God. I
mortified.
need
It
to
was
get
like
outta
the
here.
worst experience you could possibly have. But she lasted here for many years. So
Love.
so it can be intimidating at first. I get that. I think
Oh, yeah,
everyone gets
surely.
that. But then, now you'll think back about it. And you're
Yeah.
like, how is a concrete ever hard to make?
Oh yeah.
It's
It's
so
hard
easy.
to remember that you
Yeah.
didn't know these things.
No. You guys come so I'm so proud of you guys.
Whoa.
What's your favorite thing about Shivers?
I love many things. About
You love many things
I
about your job?
Yeah.
Aw.
The employees.
The employees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
The
what?
friends you
I
make
love
along
my
the way.
I love my coworkers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
And I have met many wonderful people through working here.
This
Yeah.
is no, that's awesome. Yeah. I think that's what they said last time too. is, you
Well,
know,
it's the best
coworkers.
answers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be here if I didn't like my coworkers.
True.
If I didn't like Steven, I would have said no. I don't want to podcast with him.
Yeah.
Well, you guys work a lot of night shifts together.
Mhm.
I think you guys, your night shifts work perfectly, and you can correct me if I'm wrong.
I think they do.
I hope I don't insult anyone when I say any of this, because I'm about to say, Madeline. Madeline's just a source of knowledge, and she's very structured, right? It's like she knows exactly the way that needs to be done. Steven is like this, just this cuddly fireman, right? And
A wonderful
no
guiding
offense, but
light.
very hard worker. Both very hard workers, but it's a dynamic that works really
Good
well.
cop, bad cop.
Yeah, good cop, bad
Yeah.
cop. Well, I don't know
I'm-
bad cop, but it's like it's
Good
it's
cop. Meaner cop.
It's the shifts run. Listen, I think the shifts run pretty smoothly. I think that all the shift leaders run pretty smooth shifts, but everyone has their thing. But your guys' things, I think, work pretty good together.
I think so too. I love working with Steven.
Yeah.
You like working with Madeline?
No.
No, he does. He's told me in person already.
He told you to stop scheduling him with me, and
no, he never said that. Yeah. So the employees are your favorite. Yeah. No, they're. I think that's for me. It's watching the employees grow.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys are younger than I am, and so it's Steven, you're much younger than us old farts over here.
Well, not me.
But the coworkers are awesome to work with, for sure. That's always been my thing. That's why I was here for 18 years.
I know, it's literally not.
Worked at Finish Line for 7. It's just because
I never knew that until like a couple months ago. I know,
I worked at Finish
so long.
Yeah, I worked at Finish Line. Finish Line was actually my first job.
Yeah.
And then a year later, I started working here, and then I did them both. And I quit Finish Line, and then bills, right? You live on your own, you know what's up.
Yeah.
So then I started working at Finish Line again. And it's whenever the year before I bought Shivers, I kind of knew I was working towards that. That's whenever I left Finish Line. But yeah, I used to be. That's why I got millions of pairs of shoes.
Yeah, no, I literally never knew that. I don't know how that. I swear. Never thought
well, if you ever running shoes was my specialty.
Oh.
I could. Wow. That was and people with feet.
What do you think of David's running shoes?
I got New Balances on.
He's got more of a. Steven's got more of a structured. He's got more of a. It depends on your foot. It does actually depend on your foot. It depends on what kind of foot you have is what kind of shoe you want. Some people can get away with cushion shoes just because they have no support because that's the way their foot lays.
Yeah.
Other people, over pronation, under pronation, stuff like that.
Right.
So I literally had people walk in with braces after getting like in a car accident where their ankles got crushed and they had to wear braces all the time. And I put them in a pair of shoes and they took those braces off and walked out. It was like a hallelujah moment.
Brian is Jesus.
Kid you not. Yeah.
Miracles.
Yeah.
Miracles.
The weirdest compliment I ever got was when a lady came back in and gave me a hug one day. And she came many weeks ago and she said because I sold her waterproofing and she sprayed on her shoes and she had ketchup fall on her shoes, but it came right off and she came back in and hugged me. And I was like, "You're welcome." Anyway,
that's so funny.
Yeah, that's my Finish Line experience. Now I'd lost my train of thought because we're talking about Finish Line.
So funny.
It was just me. Can you imagine me selling Jordans?
What? You should do it again.
I should.
Give me a discount.
I loved it. You'll just go back to Finish Line again. That used to be my thing. Well, cool. What's your guys' least favorite thing about Shivers? Good. Awesome.
Nothing.
I don't like deep cleaning in any area near the dishwasher.
Oh, I love deep cleaning.
I like
love
deep
getting
cleaning,
the
but not the
dirtiest things. I like deep cleaning the dishwasher.
See, this is why you guys work so well together.
And sometimes I don't. Customer service is not my favorite thing, but that's why I always put myself on something else.
You do well at it, though. You do well at it.
But it's all about the customer service.
It's all about the
that's why
customers,
I go into I can be good at it, but I'm not always having fun with it.
Oh, I can agree.
I'm an autopilot.
Well, yeah, work's not always fun.
But no, I like everything else. I just don't put myself
the environment.
on.
That's our goal is an environment, like you well taken care of in the workplace. Like I don't need everyone to love Shivers. Like, you're not going to love everything. I don't love everything I have to do for Shivers, and this is
I don't really like doing any tech thing related. Like the iPads were messed up yesterday. I gave that all to Gus.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Did you guys switch around the dip screens?
So whenever I came, no, I didn't, because I came in at 2 and they were switched. They had been switched because
so
that
then
black
they did
one
it in the
stayed back by
morning.
Smooth Path. Yeah, and so then I switched them back because every single ticket was printing on the coffee one.
Yeah.
Like all the custard orders. So then I switched them because I thought it would fix it. And then none of the coffee things were printing on the coffee one that I switched it back to. But then Gus fixed it all.
Fixed it all. He learned. He listened. King. Sometimes problems stretch you, and Gus learned new things last night.
Yeah, and I love that for him. Yeah. But I don't need to know that.
And that's okay. Everyone's got their thing.
Yeah.
So that was your what was yours?
Well, my least favorite thing?
Yeah.
I don't have one.
You don't have one. You just love everything.
Just
everything.
I'm the perfect boss. Shivers is the perfect business. Yeah. Okay.
No notes.
You can have a raise.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, yeah. No, I'm trying to improve Shivers here, and Steven's like, no, leave it as it is.
It's
so
just fine.
Cleaning by the, I once pulled everything out of there one night and I brought my power washer and like bought a big long hose, went in there and I power washed the walls. So the walls actually still look better than they used to because I power washed them. But
there's just something about
I
like
did
cleaning
the floor
something
and
that's already
everything,
wet.
and within 3 days it looked like that again. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
No, it just
I
gets bad
spent
back
5
there.
hours power washing.
I'll
this in
deep
the middle
clean
of the night.
anything else. Like I would scrape
drains?
under the toppings bar. Yeah, with my hands.
The drains?
The
even?
drains.
Oh,
Oh,
I
no,
love
I do
cleaning
the
the
drains.
The drains are way worse than the.
No, I don't think the whenever Allison was like cleaning out the mop thing, like I could not do that. She's stronger than me. I don't know, something about it. Like I don't know.
I feel like the drains are way worse. The drains are literally everything that's in
the
those
amount
areas.
of times I've had to just stick my hand in that drain under the dishwasher.
I just stick my whole arm down that drain one time because
like I don't
clogged.
Like I think I've just like had to do that so much just out of necessity that it like doesn't gross me out anymore.
Yeah, I feel like we need more employees to do things like that, just to kind of I feel like right now there's a lot of employees watching this going like,
ew.
Drains? What drains?
Yeah. No, like I remember whenever the drain under the dishwashing sink like used to just have that little like thing on it, like the amount of times you just had to like
reach in there and pull it out.
Like
yeah, for
I
sure.
do that so often that it's like, okay,
yeah,
well
it's kind of like
gross
it's
anymore.
like new employees. It's just the because you're talking about the drain under the sink.
Yeah.
So like the actual sinks, they get clogged, and it's like new employees. It's
Oh
like,
no,
how do
you
I
just stick your hand
down there. Now me, I
like a wet strawberry.
Never wanted to wash dishes at my own house because I was so grossed out about it. But then after like a week working at Shivers and being on dishes, we had to pull those toppings out, and like put them in a little cup and throw it all away.
Yeah.
I now have no problem washing dishes in my house. I'm like,
no, I'll stick my whole arm in there.
Yeah. Get up in there.
Get it all out.
Yeah.
Con's not going down the drain.
Oh, but Steven's got nothing.
I don't know.
Well, nothing Shivers can improve on. What would you like to see? What's something like some sort of improvement you're like, man, this would be awesome, or just an idea? Give me an idea you have for Shivers.
Put me on the spot.
Put you on. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
Can you ask her first?
Oh.
What do you want improved at Shivers?
I want this building to be used for something.
Yeah,
other than storage.
That actually is something.
Yeah, cool. I like that. Okay.
What? David bought me and Tucker some N95s. We can do some. we can do some cleaning shifts.
Yeah. No, that's.
Me and Tucker on demo.
The problem with it is once I start, I'm gonna have to have a well thought out plan because then the city's going to want to get involved.
Yeah,
that's kind of
fine.
one of the things. And so we kind of have the plan. So really, I don't have the plan. I'm going to be honest with you because I have so many plans. I don't know which one I want to do. Yeah. And so I like the idea of having kind of an upscaled Shivers over here. So an upscaled coffee and dessert menu and more of a personalized experience, right? Instead of like, oh, we're throwing this in a cup, it's on a plate and it's displayed and coffee. You sit down for coffee, you're drinking out of glassware.
Yeah. That would be nice.
But like something
like
where it's like
shop.
So instead of Shivers can be a date night, here it's like after dinner dress up date night, kind of thing. Outdoor seating with like, walled off with plants, this whole side in the back area.
So
you put fences up and you plant the plants that just vine up into it, and you're just closed off in this little, just plant beautiful landscaping.
Shivers after hours. This has been my ideas for many years. Alcohol. Shivers has alcohol.
A lot of people have like alcohol floats and stuff like that, don't they?
People do ask for that.
Like boozy floats. Italian cream seltzers.
Yeah. It's not really ever been my, you guys know me. I'm a good Christian boy.
Yeah. Well, I am 22 years old and legally allowed to serve alcohol.
So, but I do have a menu. I do have a menu that includes a lot of that. And Emily knows. We also this is all internal. So, but I always toss around names for things like this because I have a lot of different menus. I also have like a menu for like
I would like to
rolled
be name
ice
dropped.
cream.
Yeah. No, I don't think you should.
But
do rolled
but
ice
not
cream.
like how they do
trendy.
it, but like ice cream sushi, right? So where
I know because one time we tried to do that at the toppings bar. Do
pieces.
you remember that?
What's that?
We worked a coffee ship together, and you were like, "Let's try this on the toppings bar."
And it didn't work at all. No, you need a much colder table. Yeah,
we're just dumping custard in there.
That was just on the top. Took all the toppings out because you know what rolled ice cream is, right?
Yeah, like the thing with the they do that.
Yeah, so you need a really cold table. We're talking like negative 20 degrees, and we were like, "Oh, what if the topping bar would work?" So we took all the toppings out and just poured custard. And
didn't work.
No, it's like 20 degrees in that thing, so way 40 degrees off. But yeah, a lot of different menus. So, but a lot of different names that go along with that, you know. So what do you think about this name though? I like this name. So I don't know, so there's this place in downtown Alden that used to sell scooters. It was my buddy's mom's place. It's that little building that says Ciao Bella.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
what's it next to?
It's right across the street from Bluff City Grill.
Okay.
And it has a big garage door.
I'm not understanding, but I know where you're talking about.
So I really love the name Ciao Bella.
Ciao Bella.
Yeah, and it directly translates. It's Italian and directly translates into
Hello Beautiful.
Hello Beautiful, right? So I really like that name. Just something.
You're really giving Bella Russell her shout out. Said, Bella, we're naming this after you.
We're naming this after you.
Still like that.
Well, I know. I always say Ciao Bella to her.
Oh, do you really?
Well,
hello,
I said it the other day. I said
yeah.
Ciao Bella because her name's Bella.
Or it can be Goodbye Bella. You know.
Goodbye Bella.
Yeah. So, I thought that would be a cool name.
Well, no,
but
that
for
is
that menu.
That is
I like
cute.
little bar Ciao Bella. What do you think?
Yeah,
what do you
that's
think,
cute.
Anyway,
I'll get back to you.
But you know, let's focus on Shivers though, because you know this is the breadwinner. So that's also another thing, because you know this building, it's like, how much money do we put into this building compared to maybe opening a second location, which is instantaneous profit because we know it works, right?
Yeah.
This is, you're putting a place. If I did that idea, you're putting.
But you already have it, you know.
Well, you're also putting a place that sells coffee and, you know, frozen custard right next to a place that sells coffee and frozen custard.
But it's like a sit down coffee place. I think you should do sit down coffee and drinks.
I like that idea. The original idea for this building was a frozen bakery, which we would do all the novelties and display cases, and we also have a gift shop in here. That was the original idea.
As a novelty girl, I do like that idea.
Yeah, so that was the original idea, expanding the novelty thing, having like when you walk in, you see a display. You know, like you walk in, you see a
display case.
Well, a display case, but you know, like you go to like Mr. Donut and you see all the little donut holes there in the glass. So they have freezers like that. So think of poppers there in the glass, and you're like, oh, let me get 2 dozen, you know, those butter pecan poppers or whatnot. So you have a bunch of different flavors. That was the OG idea.
Yeah.
But then I liked having that sit down coffee.
Yeah.
So it's either combining that or
I think you could combine that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would like that though.
But I think so too.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to sip my coffee here.
You can do like more like not the baked goods, like
yeah.
Fancy
that's true.
So anyway, but I don't have an exact. Shivers is more well thought out, which is why it's like, where do you put? You know, you're talking about just to remodel the building.
Yeah.
You know, a couple $100,000.
Yeah.
You know, so. And that's a down payment on a new Shivers, you know. So what do you do there, right? So
you got to figure it out, buddy.
I know, I know, it's me. I know, pressure's on. Cool. So still nothing that you dislike about Shivers. I don't mind. You can love Shivers with all your heart.
I really can't think of anything.
Okay,
I'm trying to think. Trying to think for you, Steve.
Just trying to think. What do you dislike?
When the patio is full of people, there's a line across the entire patio.
Oh, that's awesome. That's Shivers right there. We love that.
We have a lot of people.
We love that. Yeah, that means he's doing his job well.
Slay.
You can't. Yeah, Shivers can't grow without that, right?
Well, it's true.
You got to have those. No, long
I like
lines.
getting busy.
There's a reason the long lines are there.
I know.
Because sometimes people look out there and like, oh my gosh, it's like this is why you have a job, and secondly, the reason people are here, it's not because no one needs you to rush around like a chicken with your head cut off. They're here because you make really good desserts and they love your smile. They love communicating with you. Go look at well, like I said, we're going to have a podcast. We're going to look at reviews. They're all about the employees.
Yeah.
Really. It's kind of upsetting because I put my heart and soul in this menu, but all the reviews are about the employees, jerks. And so that's why people wait in line. No one jumps in the end of line because they're like, oh, I'm the 25th person in line. This should take 5 minutes. No, they're like, wow, this is ridiculous. I'm waiting on a highway to get into Shivers. But why are they doing that?
Yeah. Like,
it's for you guys.
You want it.
Yeah, it's for you guys. It's for the product. So let's deliver that, right? So when they come up, smile. I'm not asking to help 2 people at once. 1 person at a time, 1 dessert at a time. You know,
so true.
Quickly. Maybe, but 1 dessert
efficiently.
at a time. Yeah, efficiently. But 1 dessert at a time, 1 customer at a time. You know, and then once they're gone, see you later. Next customer. What's up? How you doing?
Hey, girl.
Ciao. Right.
Ciao, Bella.
Yeah. So. All right, Steven. That's fine. Yeah.
Maybe by the end of this, I'll have
well, what time are we looking at here? 43 minutes. So we're almost at the end. So you're
start racking my brain.
You guys here? You guys have any advice for? Because you guys are seasoned. Do you have any advice for employees that are coming up through the system, through the custard cosmos?
Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
I love when they ask questions.
Yeah.
Instead of doing it wrong.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
There's a trade-off between like a motivation where you want to you just want to get stuff done, right? You want to go out, you want to try to learn new things, and so you're just like, I'm going to be motivated. What's the word I'm looking for? Take the initiative.
Yeah.
You know, that's good. There's also things where it's like, I don't know how to do this at all, so let me just go ahead and just do it anyway. It's like, ask questions. You'll look a lot smarter by asking questions than doing something wrong and then us having to fix it, right?
Yeah, right.
Take the initiative on a lot of things, but make sure that you know what you're doing. Yeah, ask questions for sure.
If you're only like 98% sure.
Yeah. But then if you do make mistakes, sweet.
Mistakes happen.
I love mistakes. Yeah. You guys know me. I love mistakes. I love when people make mistakes.
I made plenty of mistakes.
We learn, we'll learn it. You learn the wrong way, and then I get to teach you the right way. Yeah. So I love mistakes. So don't ever be afraid if you make a mistake. Own it, admit it, take ownership of that. Don't be like, well, it was Steven.
It's like the pecan girl. The girl who spilled all the pecans in the walk-in.
Spilled all the pecans in the walk-in.
Threw them all away and told no one about it.
Impressive. She was able to clean up an entire case of pecans.
Not a single person saw her.
No one knew. But the problem was it was on like. You don't know the story?
No, this girl spilled the entire box of pecans in the walk-in.
It's a lot of pecans.
She was like a newbie. Yeah, that's like $200 worth of pecans. And she like spilled it all in the walk-in, threw them all away, and then told no one about it.
Really?
And we ran out of pecans that weekend because we thought they were like, we're out of pecans. I said, go open the other case. And like, there's no other case. I was like, I guarantee you there is. And we found out about it. Like we knew like someone had to have done something. And it was after she left, she told someone that like, oh yeah, I spilled all those pecans. I threw it away. But like, I would have never been. It was that's so. Trying to cover up a mistake is way worse than being like, hey, I just spilled an entire box of pecans. I'm like, oh no. Well, first,
wow, that sucks.
Let's get those thrown away and let's order some new ones because that whole weekend we're out of pecans.
Things happen.
Yeah, things do happen. Yeah, I've seen someone break a topping scoop in like Snickers, a plastic one.
Yeah,
and I'm like watching them down from dip one, and they break it. And I'm just kind of like, haha. And then they stick both pieces in there, and then they cover it up with the Snickers. And I was like.
Whoa!
I was like, hey, things happen. You're gonna break something. That's fine.
I remember when I like first started, I dropped like the tiniest measuring cup. I dropped it and it broke. And like I literally didn't know what to do because it was like my third shift or something. And I think it was Tessa, and she was just like, shh. So I was like, I'm not gonna tell anyone. I was like Tessa or Steven. They were just like,
then we ended up not having ice scoops and measuring cups. Like, what happened to them? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. It's gone.
Or like back in the day, whenever this is the worst. The collars used to fall in the trash can
all the time
because the shelf used to be tilted a little bit, and so people would put them like there'd be like one that was like on its side in the bucket, so they set the stack on it. Eventually, it would fall over. Well, there are times that people didn't see it and it would fall over in the trash can, or maybe they would hear it and they'd just be like, and we just lost tons of collars.
I just remember you sending a lot of messages like, where did all the collars?
Where did all the collars go?
Collars in the trash.
Imagine having
you watching the camera and watching the collars.
Oh, I watch. Yeah, I pull up the video cameras. I just watch it fall. But imagine we didn't have a lot of colors back then. Back then anyway.
Well, we also had different colors for the large.
We had different colors. Yeah, but we only had like
big ones, like the one behind that freezer.
Yeah,
still?
We also had different size cups then too. So it was
the jazz cups.
The jazz cups. We had like 16 collars at one point. That's it.
16.
Yeah, that's like one dishwasher. So imagine.
Yeah, that's literally one dishwasher.
And then someone threw away a bunch of them, right? Yeah. So.
Okay, now we're down to 3.
that was terrible.
Sorry, I'm waiting on collars.
Yeah. Anyway, and now those old collars, these collars weren't around back then. So those old collars were like $60 a collar. They're now like $10 a collar. So, but anyway, so not fun, especially for me when I was just some poor kid trying to keep the lights on back then. And I was just, and then watch hundreds of dollars just go in the trash can, and then someone just tie it up and take it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rough stuff. Really. So any other advice?
If you can't talk and work at the same time, don't talk.
Yeah, no. That's valid. It is kind of rough, when you're sitting here running around and then
but it's a great skill that you can work on while you're working.
If you can talk and work at the same time,
do it.
Have at it. Because I want you to be able to enjoy your job. But it's rough for your coworkers if you have some coworker run around like crazy. Yeah, and like not you guys. It is rough for you guys because you're looking down. You want to provide a nice space for everyone, so you're trying to like gauge this and trying to work all around it. But just for like, if you're not a shift leader, and you're just a hard worker, it's rough to sit here and like make 7 desserts and there's 2 people holding the same concretes, talking about whatever last show they watched or whatnot. It is rough. It's hard on you, and it doesn't make a good working experience for you. And then the customers, obviously the customers are waiting. That dessert's melting.
It's true.
There's layers. It's like
they should also let us know if they have issues. Communication is key.
Yes. You guys can come to me about anything. You can come to your shift leaders too. But we also have the form online where you can anonymously say things. And you can come about anything to me. So even if
advocate
you think,
for yourself in your workplace.
yeah. And yes, for sure. Because I want this. And with Shivers in general, if you guys need to hire a lawyer to talk to me, that's fine. But
no worries, guys.
But we are dedicated to the workers here. Now there's obviously a fine line between like what's work and what can we do to make that work, more enjoyable. But I'm definitely listening to anything, even if it's about me. Like, Brian, you suck. I'll be like, okay, let's think about it. Maybe this is true.
I'm taking this. I'm understanding.
Yes, but you can come to me about anything and everything. You're never going to get anyone in trouble. I have that a lot of times. Like, well, I'll ask, like, hey, I heard about this. Well, I don't want to get so and so in trouble. It's like, well, no one's in trouble. It's a learning experience for everyone. This obviously isn't good for you or good for your coworkers, and so it's by not saying anything, you're enforcing this whatever negative culture or whatnot. So come to me and we'll talk about it because they're not going to be in trouble. They're going to learn something,
So true.
And I'm not going to go out and be like, Steven told me this, and so
this is the hot goss on the town.
Yeah, everything can be anonymous. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, advocate for yourself. I like that.
That's union talk.
That's union talk. Oh, geez. But yeah, cool, awesome. Any other advice, Steven? What's one thing that you see? This is going to be now. I feel like I'm just going to start causing problems. What's one thing you see your workers do that you're like, oh man, I wish I had a venue where I could talk to everyone at the same time about this. And it doesn't not like
stuff they do.
No, just like one thing is like, I wish they'd put the lid back on that. That's my thing. That's the machines is put the lid back on. And I'm going to preface this by saying everyone is amazing here. But there's some things I've done things that people are like, hey, what's up with that? And I'm like, oh, wow, I do that. So thank you for letting me know.
Thank you for pointing that out.
And pointing that out, yeah. So this is
all
there's constructive.
Not any little things that bother me.
Yeah. No, I mean, like make sure to wipe, Caitlin, previous manager, her thing was wiping cups off. That was
so
she was so
make sure
which is good.
Put lids on all your drinks. Wipe down,
so true.
Wipe down all your concretes.
Yeah.
Stop overfilling your shakes.
Put a straw in your shake.
Oh, for a front, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The customer should not see you put the straw in the shake.
Lids on it.
No, it's it's understandable. There's so much things that Shivers. You're just, and then there's so many desserts, right? And so, but that's why, sometimes
just
you say this, and maybe someone's like,
finishing the dessert.
Yeah,
you finish it off.
Finish the dessert.
The dessert is officially done. You put a lid and a straw.
Focus on that dessert and only that dessert.
Ready.
And then once it's up there and you're good, you're like, that's sweet, awesome.
One thing at a time.
Yeah. Cool. Well, awesome. Well, I had a joy talking to you guys.
Well, this was fun.
And so, be looking forward to who we have on next. And I'm glad you guys, were able to make this work. I was late today, and they were very kind
40
to wait
minutes.
for me.
It's okay. I had a whole hour to finish my custard cake.
So I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys and all the hard work you guys put in. And I'm excited to see both you guys grow more in Shivers, and especially outside. I'm so excited to watch you guys, what you do with the rest of your life. As long as I never have to see you
in a professional
manner. I hope the best for you. But anyway, yeah, so sweet. Awesome. Well, that's all we got.
Have a
Shivers-tastic
day.
Shivers-tastic day. All right. Awesome. Okay. Sweet.